Hello and welcome to Elections 360 with me, Shobhana K. Nair. This is the penultimate episode in this series where we have been profiling important constituencies and interesting contests. As former President Pranab Mukherjee said, every election is understood only after the results. We reporters are not in the business of making predictions, but we do have the mandate to tell you what the people on ground are thinking. And there have been a few defining trends of 2024 which began for the BJP on a very confident note and for the opposition who were struggling to stand on their feet. Things rapidly changed as people opened up their cards. There is a growing feeling that the BJP's welfareisms has fallen short. People speaking to reporters talk about how the free ration scheme stops them from complete destitution, but hasn't really delivered on the life they were promised. Inflation and unemployment, two topics that so far were only in the realm of rhetoric, is the two realities on which 2024 elections are being fought. The results will be known only on June 4th, and we will know what people told us is actually reflected in the results or not. But for now, I'm taking you to Bihar's Pataliputra, where RJD's Misa Bharti is squaring up against her once upon a time uncle Kripal Yadav. This is the third time the two are face to face, and this seat in many ways defines the election in Bihar, where amidst a disintegrating Janata Dal United, BJP and RJD are fighting a very keen turf battle. I will be joined by our Bihar correspondent Amarnath Tiwari.
We are here today to discuss Pataliputra. It is one of the two seats in two Lok Sabha seats that fall in Patna, the capital of Bihar. And in many ways, it is a very, very important battle because this is more than just a contest between BJP and RJD. It has a long history to it. We have on one side Rajya Sabha MP, Misa Bharti, who is also Lalu Prasad Yadav's daughter. And she also carries the name Misa, which Laluji borrowed from the law Misa during the emergency. So she carries a lot of burden of history with her. And on the other end, we have Kripal Yadav, who was once upon a time Lalu Prasad Yadav's right-hand man. And for some reason, they had a bit of fallout. And he has since been with the BJP. Before we wade into the battle and start talking about the arithmetic or the caste calculus of the seat, Amarnathji, I want you to take us through this rivalry between Misa Bharti and Kripal Yadav.
Yeah, Sobna, this is not for the first time that both the candidates, Kripal Yadav and Misa Bharti, is contesting poll against each other from this particular Pataliputra seat. In 2014, Kripal defeated Misa. In 2019, Kripal defeated Misa. In 2009, Lalu Yadav had contested from this seat against Ranjan Yadav of JDU. And Ranjan, he's an old friend and philosopher of Lalu Yadav, who later turned into foe. And he had also defeated Lalu Prasad by over 24,000 votes from this seat. So this time again, for the third time in a consecutive row, this seat is going to see a bitter rivalry between Kripal Yadav and Misa Bharti, because both the candidates, they come from the Yadav community, and which is dominating in this particular Lok Sabha constituency. And they are eyeing this particular...
But what was the reason for the original fallout between Kripal Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav? What went wrong?
Yeah, Sobna, in 2000, In 2009, Kripal Yadav wanted to contest Lok Sabha election from Pataliputra seat, which Lalu refused to give him that seat. He himself contested that seat. And after that, Kripal, who was known as the man Friday of Lalu Prasad at that time, he came out of the bloc, RJD bloc, and joined RJD. And 2014, RJD made him the candidate from that seat. So it
BJP.
was
You mean to say BJP?
yeah, BJP, yes, BJP.
Yeah.
It was Kripal Yadav's wish to contest that seat, Pataliputra, and he came. He fell out from Lalu Prasad Yadav's party and
How close
RJD.
were they, sir? Lalu Prasad Yadav and Ram.
They were very close. They were very close. He was known as Man Friday of Lalu Prasad at that time. Ram Kripal was always, he could be seen at Lalu's residence and, looking after the affairs with the party leaders and everything on behalf of Lalu Prasad. He was very close. And still, Lalu's children, even Misa Bharti, used to address him as uncle, Ram Kripal uncle. So he was very close to the family at that time, both two leaders, Ram Kripal and Shyam Rajak at that time. So they fell out with him at a later point of time because of their political ambitions and all. So this time again, they are contesting against each other, and lot of stake is put on the Misha Bharti this time because it's going to be her third contest against Ram Kripal Yadav. So Tejashwi Yadav, Lalu Prasad, Rabri Devi, all are campaigning very hard. On the bumpy roads of Pataliputra constituency in favor of Misha Bharti. For Ram Kripal, the contest is apparently going in his favor again this time because of his easy accessibility to the voters. He's always to the voters' door. At their beck and call. So voters are still remember that his easy accessibility to the people of Pataliputra. And they used to say that agar Misa jeet bhi jayenge, to, and they will not be able to go to in any emergency or party functions or family functions, which Ram Kripal does every time. But this time this time this contest is going to be very keen between them because of this stake on Misha Bharti. She's an older daughter of Lalu Prasad. She's Rajya Sabha MP. Yes.
So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi set the tone of this fight when on Saturday he came here and delivered one of the most one will have to look for adjectives to describe his speech, but he spoke about RJD's appeasement, so-called alleged appeasement policy, RJD siphoning away the caste reservation quota to Muslims, all the opposition parties. He also indirectly threatened jail term to Tejashwi Yadav. And all that began with Pataliputra's speech. First of all, it clearly shows that this is a very high-stakes battle. On one end, we have Misa Bharti, who is saying that this is a contest not between her and Ram Kripal Yadav. This is a contest between BJP and the people of Bihar. How exactly has this speech of Prime Minister been received by the voters, and what has been the reactions to it? And what are the signals that you can read from this speech?
Yes, so after Prime Minister's speech on Saturday, the six-phase poll was going on that day, on 25th of May this time. He was very particular in attacking Tejashwi Yadav and opposition RJD Indie bloc that they're doing this, theatrical musical dance for their vote bank, the dance by customs and all. So it was not well received even by the people and even by his party leaders of local BJP leaders in private. They were condemning that statement because it was of a statement like Prime Minister. This Manoj Jha of RJD, he was very categorical in attacking and reacting immediately after Prime Minister's speech that it was, what he called that was a delusion of grandiose by Prime Minister Modi statement. Later on, even Congress President Kharge, Tejashwi Yadav, everyone attacked and condemned that statement. And even the people were not very much and they were very enthused. Even the BJP voters, they were not very much enthused over this statement that Prime Minister had used for Tejashwi Yadav and the Indie bloc leaders. Prime Minister and all the top BJP leadership, they were visiting Bihar. Prime Minister, it was Prime Minister's 16th visit, mind you, on that day. He came Bihar 9 times and he addressed 16 rallies in Bihar in this poll. So the desperation of top BJP leadership while campaigning in Bihar, this has not gone well for the people of Bihar, and the way they have been attacking the opposition Indie blocs, and they were looking for the issues to connect with the voters. Every time they change their issues, sometimes they say that the OBC reservation will be snatched. Sometimes they say Mangal Sutram, Machli, and all these things. They have raised the issue. So they're in search, still they're in search of looking for the issues to connect with the voters in Bihar at least. And this has not gone well with the voters of Bihar.
Well,
They're still confused. Yes.
yeah, the elections is almost over. So if they can't
Almost over.
find a
32 seats
issue,
have gone. Yes, 32.
yeah, they can't find an issue, then they're in serious trouble. Talking about trouble, can you please tell us, is Pataliputra an entirely urban seat? Is it partly rural? And what is the caste calculus like? And on paper, who does it favor?
No, so it's not an urban seat. It's completely a rural seat. Some parts of this constituency is closer to Patna, state capital, but it is a rural seat. Yadavs have been dominating this seat. That is why, Misa and Lalu, they have gone to contest that election. And even the JDU had fielded Ranjan Yadav from that seat. And even the BJP, Kripal Yadav, he has gone. It's basically rural and riverine areas. There are areas of Patna, Ganga, there are areas that constitutes that constituency. And it also at one point, at one other end, it shares this border with the Bhojpur and Sasaram, Karakat in that area. Even Masauri area is also comes in Patliputra. So it's essentially a rural belt, and where the people are always, they do not look for the issues. They want their MPs at their phone call to attend their private family functions, to come into their grief and all. It becomes an issue for them. It is not for larger than life and all the national issues that connect with the people. They want their MPs to come to address their grievances, local grievances and all. They want the roads to work. They want the tap water and all these things. And Kripal Yadav has always been at their call. So his easy accessibility.
There is
yes.
no anti-incumbency against him, considering he is shouldering double anti-incumbency, 10 years of Narendra Modi government and 10 years of him as the MP there.
It must be there, but it was not very much on the ground, that anti-incumbency against Kripal Yadav. Kripal, everyone was talking about his, very close connection with that MP. So they were saying that my MP is good enough. Unlike other BJP candidates who were fighting election, contesting election in other constituencies. So Kripal's case in Patliputra is a bit different from other BJP candidates. Yes.
Okay. The 2024, the defining feature of the 2024 election has been the fact that a year before, in March 2023, diverse parties came together to form an anti-BJP platform. They called themselves the India Bloc. And the beginning of India Bloc happened in Patna. Now, of course, we can talk about the various setbacks, including exit of Nitish Kumar. But we have seen that the bloc, despite all the setbacks, have been functioning cohesively and has managed to create a buzz for themselves. I want to ask you, how exactly are the allies of this bloc working in Patliputra and in the larger Bihar region?
Yes, so this time India Bloc, the opposition bloc, opposition alliance parties, they did a very good job in seat sharing arrangement. 23 seats RJD contesting, 9 seats have gone to the Congress party, 5 seats including all 3 left parties, ML, CPM and CPI, and 3 seats RJD also spared for the VIP, Mukesh Sahni led Vikasil Insan party. So at least the seat arrangement has gone down very well within the opposition alliance, India Bloc alliance. And even the party leaders, they were campaigning very strategically. Considering the caste considerations and caste leaders in that particular constituency, and they are campaigning like Mukesh Sahni is campaigning throughout with Tejashwi Yadav, and he has been roaming around. All the constituencies. They have addressed over 200 rallies, public meetings in this poll. But other caste leaders, they are on every seat except barring 1 or 2 seats, like Patna Sahib, where Ravi Shankar is contesting against Anshul Avijit of Congress party. Because of Anshul's non-entity, he is not very popular among the voters of Patna Sahib. I'm also a voter of Patna Sahib. Even my neighbor was asking me who is contesting from the Congress seat. This is because of that. Ravi Shankar is in a comfortable position. Rajgan seat in Saran, Lok Sabha, where Sigriwal is contesting against Akhilesh Singh's son, Akash Kumar Singh. Singh. He is from Bhumia community. And besides, I mean, barring these two seats, on every 38 seats in Bihar, I mean, India opposition candidates are contesting against NDA candidates on a very tough. Yes.
Okay. The contest in this seat is in many ways not just a contest for a one Lok Sabha berth. In many ways, the fact that Misa Bharti is repeatedly coming to this very battleground is she's contesting even after two consecutive losses. Although within the larger RJD family, one has heard murmurs of sort of competition between the siblings. Nothing has really come to the fore so publicly, but we all know that there is a competition for the mantle, for the being the heir to Lalu Prasad Yadav ji. Although Tejashwi is currently holding that mantle and is undisputed heir, but obviously Misa Bharti has been trying to carve a niche for herself. So how will a third consecutive defeat fare for her in this internal politics of the larger RJD family?
Definitely, it is going to have a very bad impact on the family tussle, family members among the tussle for the holding the mantle and all. Tejasvi, I think Lalu Prasad Yadav has repeatedly been declaring that Tejasvi is going to be his political heir and all. There is no question about this leadership. But yes, Misa Bharti wants to retain, I mean, wants to win this Pataliputra seat just because he wants to go to Lok Sabha and all. She's very vocal and she's very forthcoming and she's very dominating in the family itself. She's said to be, I mean, we don't know, but she's said to be very close to the elder son of Lalu, Tej Pratap Yadav. Tej Pratap is yet to start campaigning in her country. Tejasvi is going, Rabri Devi has gone, I mean, Lalu Prasad has gone, but Tej Pratap has not gone there yet to campaign for. But she's said to be very close to him, Tej Pratap Yadav. So it's family feud, but if she loses this time, I mean, for the third consecutive time from Pataliputra, I mean, I doubt that next time she will be going to contest Lok Sabha election from that seat, and it is going to be have some impact and some impact in family feud.
Thank you so much, Amarnath ji, for sparing time for
Thank
us
you.
and joining. Thank you.